Hi guys! So welcome back dito sa DEC Engineering Tutorial. So ngayon, mag-solve pa rin tayo ng thrust deflection. But this time, I think dalawang case na to no? Due to loading, tsaka due to temperature variation. Okay. So ano lang, simple thrust pa rin. Yan. Ilang members ba yan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. No? So we have this 5-member thrust, simple thrust. So which of the following will give... So ano daw, which of the following will give the nearest vertical deflection at point D? So, kukunin lang natin kung ano yung vertical deflection dyan sa point D. Provided na yung area ng elements 100 square millimeter and then yung E is 200,000 megapascal. And also, due to temperature variation only if there is a 25 degrees Celsius increase in temperature in all members. So, for steel, so, take lang natin yung coefficient of thermal expansion as 11.6 micrometer per meter degree Celsius. So, first, gagawin natin. And, so, siguro unahin muna natin yung mga reactions. So, since symmetrical man to, di ba? 2 meters, 2 meters. So, parang mirror image lang. Pag nilagyan mo ng mirror dito, magkamukha yung dalawa eh. So, pwede ra, by symmetry. It is very obvious, by symmetry. So, yung reaction mo dito sa point A tsaka yung point C, equal. So, which is half ng total load nila. Kumbaga, hating kapatid. So, 30 divided by 2, so we have 15. Okay. Then, ganun din dito, 15. So isolve na lang din natin yung sa virtual system natin. So, sa virtual system, since yung required is yung vertical deflection dito sa node D. So, lagyan natin ng 1 unit load din yan. Okay? Ayan. So, again, by symmetry, it's very obvious na ito is hating kapatid pa rin. So, kumbaga, 0.5, 0.5. Klaro ba? Okay? Klaro, no? Okay. Sige. Next, i-solve natin yung mga inclination para magamit natin yan mamaya in computing for the member forces. So, I think wala namang problema with regards sa distance, no? Kasi given naman yung mga dimensions or yung mga length ng mga members, 2 meters, 2 meters. Ito, pwede natin i-Pythagorean to, which is very obvious, 2 square root of 2. Ganun. Okay? So, anyway, since simleg sila, like meron ka ditong 2 meters, 2 meters, so simleg, 45 degrees na, property niya. Pwede rin tangent inverse nung 2 over 2, which is 45 degrees. Klaro ba? So, no question, with regards dyan. So, this one is also 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Okay? Sige. So, kunin na natin yung force, no? So, the same pa rin yung technique na ginamit natin kanina, nung previous na video, no? Di ba yung, para makuha mo lang yung diretso yung forces dito, kukunin mo lang yung vertical force, divide mo nung angle niya. So, kumbaga, 15 over sine ng 45. So, kung ito siya is going up, so you need a force na magre-resist dito, which is you need going down. And then, since you need going down, so maka-generate ka lang ng going down na force pag ito is also going to this direction. So, yun yung magiging direction ng member force ED natin. Claro ba? So, kumbaga, 15 over sine sa 45 degrees. Again, you can always use this equilibrium equation. I-isolate mo lang yung joint A, summation of forces vertical, then the same output. So, sa akin, diretso na ako, So, I have 15 over sine 45. Yun na yung shortcut niya. So, we have 21.21 kN. And since ito yung pin natin, yung ginagawa niya, hinihila niya, so that is considered tension. So, di ba, pumakuha ka ng ganito, para makuha mo lang yung forces dito, so kukusine ka lang, di ba? Kasi katabi niya yung angle, So, yung mangyayari, since itong force na to is mag-generate siya ng ganitong horizontal component, so, meaning, yung ED mo should be reversed or opposite dito sa direction niya. So, it should be pushing nung pin. Okay? So, ganun pa rin, So, you have 21.21 cosine of 45. So, meron kang 15 kN. Again, since ito yung pin natin, pinupush niya yan, so that is considered compression. So, importante yung tension compression kasi may sign convention tayo when we solve the deflection using the virtual work method. So, I think pareho lang man yan dito sa magkabilaan, kasi symmetrical lang naman. So, dito naman sa virtual, so, ganun pa rin, vertical, divide mo lang ng sine. That's it, no? Shortcut niya. So, 0.5 over sine 45. So, we have 0.707. And tension. 0.707 cosine ng 45. Meron ka ng value dito, which is 0.5. Okay? Sige. So, we have, pareho lang yan sila, na? So, we have 21.21 tension and 15 kilonewton compression. 0.707 tension and 0.5 compression. Ngayon, yung member BD na yan, so, pasok yan sa tinatawag nating zero force member. Na if you have two member, then walang external load, so matik yung dalawa, zero force member. Pag meron kang ganito, ganyan. So, pag yung dalawang member collinear, so ito is the zero force member. Regardless kung anong orientation yan, as long as collinear yung dalawa, matik zero force member yan. Okay? Collinear, meron ka dito, matik zero force member. So, since provided na walang external load applied na. So, in this case, walang external load applied dito. Though, meron dito, which is kaya namang i-resist ng dalawa. So, dito natin titignan, walang external load, collinear yung dalawa. So, meaning ito is automatic zero force member. Okay, so this one is a zero force member, this one is a zero force member. So once malagay mo na yan sa ma-compute mo na yan, so pwede mo nang ilagay sa calculator yan. So punta ka na doon sa mode 3, then punta ka sa 2, then okay, ano muna natin? Clear muna natin lahat. Punta ka sa mode 3, 2, then make sure to turn on the frequency. So shift mode, replay down, 4, then 1. Okay na. So, yung X, ito yung mga actual forces. Ito yung sa unit forces. Ito naman yung mga length. Okay, yung actual forces natin, naka-kilonewtons. So, dapat naka-newton yan. So, we have compression. So, negative 15 times 10 to the power of 3. Next, ito naman si BC. Ganun pa rin. Negative 15 times 10 to the negative 15 times 10 to the power of 3. Meaning, parang Newton, ha? And then, siguro isunod ko na to. Parang ganito yung direction. Ito, di ko na i-input to, no? Kasi wala mang force dito. So, ito na. Next. So, I have 21 tension. So, positive 21.21 times 10 to the power of 3. And 21.21 times 10 to the power of 3. Okay ba? Nakasunod ba? Lahat? No? Dito, wag mong dimensionless yan, ha? Wag mong attempt talagang lagyan ng unit yan. So, pag nilagyan mo ng kilonewton, so matempt kang gawin mong newton, no? So, wag mo nang lagyan, ha? So, ito na. So, we have negative 0.5. Ito, negative 0.5. Yung iba, di naman natitem, no? Ano naman di problema sa kanila. But anyway, kung ako lang, suggestion ko, huwag mo lagyan ng unit yan. Okay. So, okay na tayo, no? And then, yung length is 2 meters. So since meters, gawin natin millimeters. So, 2,000. Ito, ano to? Square root nung, pwede rin 1,000 muna. Para yung meter maging millimeter. And then, tsaka mo ilagay yung square root niya. So, 2 squared plus 2 squared. Diba, ano yan? 2, then 2, no? And then, ganun din dito, 1,000. And then, tsaka yung Pythagorean niya. 2 squared plus 2 squared. 2 squared plus 2 squared is 2 square root of 2. Diba? So, pwede rin diretso na. So, pagkatapos yan, okay ka na. So, parang yung ginawa natin ganito, no? Pero di ko na sinali yung BD. Kasi 0 man. So, ngayon, lagay natin yung cross-section, tsaka yung elastic modulus. Ano yan? Ligan mo na. Oh, ito na yan. Ito. Yung area is 100. No? So, lagay natin 100 square millimeter. So, that's okay. Yung elastic modulus naman, naka-megapascal na. So, safe na rin yan. Newton per square millimeter kasi yan. So, 200,000. Store natin sa E. So, I think okay na tayo. So, pwede na tayo mag-ups. Punta ka dito sa sum. So, 4. And then, yung 5. Then, divide mo ng AA. So, I think that's it. So, the answer is 5.74 millimeter. Okay? So, punta tayo sa part B, kung saan may temperature variation naman. So, ito na yun, no? Kinuha lang natin lahat. Ayan. And then, we divide it by AA. And then, ito yung sagot, 5.74 mm. Due to loading only. Punta tayo sa part B. So, sabi sa part B, the same thrust. Yung sabi lang, so, ano daw yung vertical deflection at point D due to temperature variation only if there is a 25 degrees Celsius increase in temperature in all members. So, for steel, take alpha, which is 11.6 times 10 to the negative 6. And then we know na if we want to calculate yung deflection sa thrust due to temperature, di ba? Ano lang, yung thermal deformation, which is they are all layers, dadagdagan mo lang ng U. So, yung nagbabago lang naman yung unit load mo tsaka yung length. Pero ito, fixed na to, no? Yung variation is 25 degrees. So, fixed na yung delta T, 25 degrees Celsius yan. Tsaka fixed na din yung alpha. So, pwede ko nang ilabas na lang yan, no? Like ito, kasi mga constant na to. So, ito lang yung ilagay ko na lang sa calculator. So, yung mangyayari ngayon sa calculator, so, hindi na ganito, no? So, yung mangyayari, diretso na ako dito sa ano. Then, hindi na sa mission of XY na. So, ilagay ko muna yung delta T, which is 25 degrees. Ilagay ko din yung 11.6 times 10 to the negative 6, which is the coefficient of thermal expansion. Then, tsaka ako ilagay yung summation nung punta ka dito sa sum. Then, yung Y lang, no? Kasi yung unit load naman yung kailangan. So, 4, and automatic na yung length dito. Sabay na. So, ito naman yung sagot. 0.58 mm. Okay, ganun, kadali, no? So, anyway, sa calculation naman, yun pa rin, itabulate mo lang namin din naman, no? So, meron kang U, meron kang length, then sama mo na lahat, no? So, yun pa rin, 0.58 mm. Okay? So, I think that's it, no? For thrust deflection. At least na-cover natin yung dalawang case ng thrust na. So, kahit anong problem, at least kaya nyo atakihin. Okay? So, basta kailangan lang, marunong ka rin mag-analyze ng thrust na. You can use the meter of joints. Pag ganito, meter of joints talaga, no? Okay? Kasi need mo lahat ng member forces. Okay? But you can use meter of section if you want. So, kanya-kanyang diskarte na yan, no? Okay, so I think in the next video, I'll be discussing the frame deflection. And then, another series naman tayo. Okay? So, I think that's it. No? Thank you for your attention. Nga pala, no? Follow mo din yung page ko. No? Baka mawala kasi ako. No? Hindi mo matandaan yung page name namin. So, follow mo na lang. No? Okay, I think that's it. No? So, see you.